Hello, beautiful friends, and welcome back. It's been a while since I've done an interview, and today we have beautiful Fia with us. Fia is an amazing independent singer-songwriter who just channels the most beautiful, heart-centered, transformational music. So welcome, Fia. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's such a joy to have you here. And my reason for inviting you into this space was we've just been chatting a little bit, so I'll just repeat myself on what I said. But yes, Fia's music has been a real support to me over the last couple of years, I think. And watching what you share on social media really spoke to my heart, and I really wanted to share your wisdom. I wanted your wisdom to be shared with others, and watching your connection with nature, as my channel's mostly about nature connection and love, and so seeing the way that you so beautifully channel your environment and what's around you, I would just love to dive in a little bit and just start chatting about your experiences with your sound and your voice and singing. Have you always sung?
Yeah. So singing has always been there. It's been the most natural way for me to express myself. And I think that is true for most of us. But then, unfortunately, majority gets shut down at an early age. We're told that our voices are not beautiful, or too loud, or it's just not really encouraged, simply put. But I was lucky to have a very supportive environment, and I just kept on singing. And as I've been singing all my life, it's been really the tool to transform any experience that I'm feeling but can't really make sense of. By vocalizing it, I let the energy move, and somehow it falls into place, into my being. Like, I understand myself more. And it's just the greatest therapy ever.
And it's so wonderful to receive it as well. It always gives me permission to really sing out too when I listen to your music. So that's always beautiful. Yeah. So have you always had a desire to sing transformational music? Or is that something that's come along with your path?
Yeah. So I've been writing and singing for a very, very long time, since I was little, and making songs and playing instruments. But the songs have not always been like they are now, with these empowering, uplifting, and healing messages. That has very much come when I started doing my own work and starting my own healing journey and awakening consciousness within myself. I began the deep dive, I would say, was it 3 years ago, 2014, 15? When I was at a very low point. I did not know where to go in my life. I had gone through a bad breakup. I had dropped out of music school. I was preparing to go to the music university, but somewhere along I just felt I am being suffocated. I'm dying under these huge amount of pressure and expectations. So I was not in a very good feeling space. What I did is that I moved back to my parents' place, and I gave myself the recipe of yoga and sleep. I connected back with the yoga teacher that I had met previously a couple of years ago, and I just started taking regular classes. And for me, that was so important to have some breathing space in my life, and really just meeting like-minded community and coming into my body, embodiment. And as we start coming down into the body, which is often the first step on a spiritual journey, what I have witnessed, and according to my opinion. When we start doing that, things start unlocking. When the motion is created, the energy is flowing, and then things start to happen. So for me, I started having all of these synchronistic happenings, the right people, you know, and the books. And as all of this was happening, I noticed my relationship to my music making was changing as well. I went from being very identified with the music I made to looking at it as something that, of course, is part of me, but it's also separate from me, which means that I stopped deriving my value from the music I made. If I made a bad song, didn't mean that I was bad. Or if I gave a crappy performance, did not mean that I sucked. And I stopped obsessing over perfection. And that is a continuous journey, but a big chunk just blew away. And I started making music that from this very joyful space again. And I noticed that the lyrics were very much talking about the journey I was making, the journey into my body, the journey into connection with the divine, and all the concepts of letting go. What does letting go mean? Just let go. Or forgiveness, you know? So yeah, that's how I started writing this kind of music.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I love the way that you talk about what I was hearing from you is you coming into your uniqueness. And then when we do that, then we're in so much more flow with life, aren't we? Like coming into the body, feeling what's true, clearing it out, and then we can begin to feel what's really here when we clear out. Yeah, it's so powerful. And that's what I see in you when you're with what you've shared being in nature, is that like that clear, it's like you're a clear vessel for the divine to come through, for nature to come through, for that, like just that movement and flow of energy. Yeah, I'd love to hear what that feels like for you. What's your experience of bringing through, like, even if it's just sound in that moment? We were talking beforehand, weren't we? And you shared a little bit about what it feels like for you to be in nature and to sing. I'd love it if you could maybe share that again with who's watching, and that'd be lovely to hear that.
For sure. So when I'm out in nature, I feel my place between heaven and earth the strongest. I feel the most connected. And I believe that majority of the people watching this can relate to that. And how I feel when I sing is that I feel the trees, I feel the waters, I feel the sun and the air. And sometimes it's just tapping into the land that I'm standing upon and letting it sing through me. Or sometimes it's tuning in with a tree and seeing, okay, what does this inspire in me? And then you can see that as this tree singing through me, or the me singing for the tree, or everything is just winging at like one. What I feel is that it's a supercharging for me. And like you were speaking, it is a clearing of the channel of the vessel. And when I'm outside and got the open air above my crown as well, so much inspiration and so much opens up, and I've become so receptive. And it's and it's very fun for me when I do I call them voice play videos. It's that's the essence, play. How playful can I be? How free can I feel? It's a constant rewilding and a refreeing, just coming back to my natural state, my essence. And some people think that it's interesting, the different reactions you get when you are doing things like that. Some people see it as weird, and then you got the ones that are, yes, I do that thing too, and then the ones like, wow, that makes me feel something, but I don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why I do it as well, because a lot of my work is about reminding us of our natural state of being.
Yeah.
Which I believe is joy, love, and playfulness.
Yeah. Absolutely, I so agree, and that's all the teaching that has come to me through nature. That's what it's inviting. It's inviting us back to that innocence and play and kind of childlike qualities. I feel.
Yeah.
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 Wow. So have you always connected with nature? As a child, were you immersed in nature?
I was outside like all the time.
Yeah, I
All
can
the
feel
time.
that.
Riding the bike around the neighborhood, and I was hanging out in the forest and just climbing trees and swimming waters, and from early morning till late nights, and with my little brother. And then also I had a best friend. We had a magic club, like a little witch coven, the two of us. And we were outside sitting, hiding in the big bushes. We were really small back then. And we had this book where we wrote spells, and we made potions from leaves and berries and had our own wands. And so, yeah, it's it's been a big part, and it is a big part for sure.
Yeah, I love that. It comes so naturally to children to do those things when they're in nature. Yeah, I really want to just to bring all of that back again. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there was something floating around I wanted to ask. Yeah, so yeah, when it comes to connecting with um, your own flow, do you have a sense of being like part of everything, or do you feel, yeah, I'm not quite sure where that question's going. I just keep getting this image of this flow coming through you, but at the same time you just being part of everything.
I think I know what you're asking. I'm gonna answer, and we'll see if I
Yeah.
if I talk about the thing that you're thinking about. Um, so I feel very much part of everything,
Mm-hmm.
and everything is very alive. That's how I would describe it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very alive and connected to the world around me and to myself, and that is something that's been there from the beginning, but I don't really have, I don't think I've understood it. Like, I remember having these experiences when I was little of observing myself,
Mm-hmm.
that I was looking out through my eyes and looking at my body, and like, who am I really? Who I am? I'm in this flesh suit, and I'm called Fia, and this is my family, these are my friends, but who am I really? Like, kind of those existential questions. But what I realized, it was one of the first moments when I really reawakened again and became aware of the I am presence, like what I am beyond this form, and in a world that is full of stimulation and a lot of contrast and density, I believe it's so important with a practice, something to realign ourselves, to remind us of a natural being. For me, I do meditation, and that meditation looks different every day. Sometimes it's moving meditation, sometimes it's sitting, sometimes it's journaling, sometimes just walking presently or running. And Yeah, again and again, we just need to clear the things that are trying to occupy our field, and just here I am, here I am, here I am.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
It becomes so simple. As we drop away all of these things, it just becomes so simple. And I love it. That was so simple then. I had questions and you were just answering them as you spoke. That was great. Yeah. And I was wondering, like, if you would have any advice, like, for people who wanted to have a clearer connection to themselves, to nature, to their voice. Yeah. You kind of answered that. So, but yeah, do you have anything else that you would suggest to people?
Make time for yourself. Give yourself time and space without distraction, without numbing out. Give yourself time to just be with yourself. We're moving at a super fast pace and we're receiving all this information all the time. I believe it can be beneficial to remove oneself, and that can be like take 20 minutes of your day, or 5, whatever time you have, to just check in. How am I feeling? Just sitting with that, okay? I'm noticing. That's a thing you can do. I am noticing this. I am noticing tension in my chest. I'm noticing a warmth in my belly. Just go through the body, and then, like, I am noticing I have a busy mind. I'm noticing. So come into the present. And then ask powerful questions. What is important for me to know right now? What would serve my greatest joy today? How can I feel more connected to you, the divine source, God, goddess? Ask powerful questions. How does it get any better than this?
Yeah, a friend of mine uses that a lot.
Compassionate. Yeah.
Nice.
So just taking time to be. I think that's the big thing.
Yes, I so agree with that, and so needing that reminder for myself right now, so thank you. Is there anything that you feel that you'd like to share without being asked a specific question in this moment? About your work or about yourself? Or maybe you could share about what you're up to right now with your campaign.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm right now in the making of my 3rd album, which is called Waterfall of Wisdom. And I realized that this is the closing CD of a trilogy that I've been writing unconsciously or subconsciously. So I'd have Made of Stars, Legacy of Light, and now I wrap it up with Waterfall of Wisdom. And this album is all about dropping everything that is not serving anymore, and becoming really still, like I was talking about, becoming very present and tuning inwards. And when we do, it's like we come into this beautiful, beautiful open nature space, and there's a pond, and then there's this huge falling of water. And we can choose to step in there and receive all the blessings, all the wisdoms, all the guidance, everything that we've been looking for, if we just align with it.
Oh, I almost want to cry. Yeah.
So that is happening. So I am right now, I got a crowdfunding campaign going because I do all of my music together with my listeners. I don't have a record label backing me up, so people can pre-order the CD or get handwritten love letters or all kinds of different things to support me in the making of this album, studio time and pressing of CDs and all of the practical stuff. So that is very much alive and in the pipeline right now.
Yeah, that's so exciting. I will definitely leave a link to that for people to find that and to find your music. Yeah. Mm. Thank you. It's so delicious just to receive your clarity and your heart and your truth. Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to share before we finish?
Thank you so much for having me.
Mm-hmm.
And grateful that we get to have these kinds of conversations, and may it ripple out and reach everybody who's supposed to receive this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such a joy to have you here. I'm wishing you, yeah. Oh, so much love and so much love to everybody who has tuned in today. And please do go and check out Fia and her music and her campaign. And yeah, I really invite you to, go ahead and be playful in nature and playful with yourselves. So much love. Thank you.